Hello friends! Have you ever wondered where the vibrant land of California began? The coastal highways, sprawling vineyards, bustling cities, all have a story. Today, let's travel back in time to the earliest days, when California was just the whisper of wind through ancient oak forests and the crash of Pacific waves. Did you know? Before becoming the promised land for millions, California was home to over 300 Native American tribes. The Miwok, Chumash, and Pomo peoples lived in harmony with nature, building shelters from bark, catching salmon, and weaving baskets so intricate they still amaze us today. This was a peaceful California, where the sun set without haste. But in 1542, Spanish ships appeared offshore. Explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, driven by imperial ambition, stepped onto this land. Can you imagine the indigenous people's awe or fear as they saw white sails on the horizon? A fateful moment, heralding a turbulent new chapter. By the 18th century, Spain built Misiones missions along the coast, aiming to turn California into a territorial shield. Yet behind pristine white churches lay tragedy. Forced conversion, stolen land, and European diseases claiming thousands of indigenous lives. In 1821, Mexico gained independence and California became part of the young nation. Mexican rancheros, ranch owners, dominated the land, living lavishly, herding cattle, and hosting vibrant fiestas. But peace was short-lived. Then, in 1848, at a small creek near Sacramento, James Marshall found glittering gold. News spread like wildfire. Within months, hundreds of thousands. Miners, merchants, dreamers flocked here, bringing hope and chaos. The gold rush transformed California from serenity into a frenzy. California was no longer a secret. It became the world's dream. But this was just the beginning. In Part 2, we'll witness California's rise as the 31st U.S. state, the first transcontinental railroad, and the birth of a legend called Hollywood. Stay tuned. Part 2, Transformation, from the 31st state to the green gold. Friends, if Part 1 was about golden dreams, Part 2 is about making them real. In 1850, California became the 31st U.S. state, a political milestone and the start of unimaginable challenges. Imagine this. While miners sifted rivers, lawmakers gathered in a Monterey tavern to draft a constitution. They debated women's rights, slavery bans, and created one of the era's most progressive charters. But how to govern a vast land with a chaotic global population, and how to connect California to the rest of America. Thus, the 19th century's wildest idea was born: the Transcontinental Railroad. Over 3,000 kilometers of track through mountains, deserts, and snow. But the hardest obstacle? Humanity itself. Over 12,000 Chinese laborers, resilient and thin, chiseled through the Sierra Nevada with picks, dynamite, and shovels. They worked 12-hour days, facing avalanches and disease. For every mile of track, lives were lost. Yet on May 10, 1869, when the final golden spike was hammered at Promontory Summit, Utah, America wept. California was now just a week by train from New York. But gold wasn't California's greatest treasure. Failed miners found green gold, fertile soil. Growing oranges here proved more profitable than mining. John Sutter, the mill owner who sparked the gold rush, died poor, but immigrant farmers built agricultural empires. Mediterranean climates blessed citrus and grapes, but water was scarce. Ingenious irrigation systems channeled Sierra Nevada snowmelt, turning California into America's breadbasket. By 1900, Los Angeles alone exported 2 million crates of oranges yearly. Brands like Del Monte and Sun-Maid began here. California was no longer wild. San Francisco evolved from a fishing village into a modern city with luxury hotels, opera houses, and even the first telephone lines. Yet prosperity bred division. Asian Americans faced heavy taxes, indigenous peoples lost more land, and corporations seized power. After 50 years, California had laws, railroads, and farms. But one unexpected force would cement its American dream status: the magic of cinema. In part 3, we'll enter 1900s Hollywood, where dreamers redefined happiness. Ready? Part 3, from stage lights to Silicon Valley, the era of new dreams. If any place turns dreams into film reels, it's 1900s California. While America grappled with industrialization, dreamers with cameras set up screens in the desert. Hollywood was born. Not from gold, but imagination. In the 1910s, directors like Cecil B. DeMille chose California for its year-round sunshine. From makeshift studios, the first stars emerged. Charlie Chaplin with his bowler hat, Mary Pickford with golden curls. They didn't just act. They lived their roles, bringing joy and tears during hard times. But as Hollywood glittered, disaster struck. The 1929 stock market crash triggered the Great Depression. Thousands from Oklahoma and Arkansas, once proud orchard owners, fled to California on Route 66, hoping for fruitful jobs. Instead, they found dusty camps and 10-cent hourly wages. John Steinbeck wrote in The Grapes of Wrath, "They fled hunger, only to meet another hunger, a hunger for justice." Farm worker strikes erupted, demanding dignity. Yet through adversity, California's resilience shone. Immigrants built multicultural communities, the state's true wealth. World War II turned California into America's arsenal. Oakland shipyards launched warships weekly, and Rosie the Riveter women proved their strength. Post-war, a question lingered. How could wartime brilliance thrive in peace? In 1939, in a Palo Alto garage, Stanford students Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard built an audio oscillator, Silicon Valley's humble start. But it was Frederick Terman, the father of Silicon Valley, who linked academia and industry in the 1950s, sparking a digital revolution. Names like Steve Jobs, Larry Page, and Mark Zuckerberg stand on giants' shoulders. They mined gold from mines, not earth. Even Silicon Valley reflects California's spirit, named for the element in computer chips, fueling tech's rise. From indigenous canoeists to transcontinental trains, Hollywood spotlights to tech labs, California's history is written with relentless human ambition. Here, dreams never die. Each fall births a new chapter. Dear friends, perhaps we all carry a bit of California, daring to dream, change, and believe the impossible. If you visited or have family ties here, share your story below. If you enjoyed this journey, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's keep exploring history's hidden gems together. Thank you for joining me. Keep your heart as open as California's shores. Your greatest dream might still await on the horizon. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. Until next time, remember, every land has a story to tell.